Thank you, Swamiji, for such a beautiful lecture. I have many questions, but the first one I want to ask is I'm leading trainings to help people work with children and to bring yoga teachings to children. And there's stages of development that children go through, and many people have written about those. Many people have written about them from different points of view. The development of the brain, the development of the capacity to think, and also the development of the body. And what do you have to say about the development, the spiritual development of children, and even some of those vrittis, right? The vrittis that we suffer from, do they need to suffer from them also? Because they're kind of thought forms that we're trying to turn our mind away from, the negative thought forms. So some people think that children don't develop the capacity, in fact, that they don't develop the capacity for the intellect to move into those subtler realms until they're in their 20s. But I'm not so sure I agree. So I'd like to know what you think about that, and how can I, as a teacher and trainer, support the development of the movement through of the subtle realms of the mind into the higher states of viveka.
The general way of recognizing your question, it's a good question. But the answer can't be simple. It will require a whole volume. But let me give you just simple points. All children are not in the same level. Children are souls embodied, led by their karmas. So, if the soul has already a positive backing from the past, everything will happen to that student in such a way that it will, the end result of all the impact, you will outgrow all your imaginations and will go to the height. But when you are dealing with so many people, first practical point, how much is a teacher or a concerned person responsible in guiding them? And what should that concerned person do? Three ways of guiding people. First, you give them the best of talks. Bring the material from books, etc., that will enrich them, depending upon the standard of your class. Bring parables, etc., that students like to hear. Give them best of advice, but not in a direct way. Advice that is being given by a fox to a crow. So allow the teaching to enter their mind. And again, that's the greatness of a teacher. No matter how difficult a subject you have, mathematics, science, chemistry, whatsoever, you can make it interesting if you have the ingredient of love within your heart for them. A loving heart like a mother to the children. And a grown-up type of mind that cares for their good. Students recognize that, even though you are not saying it. And therefore, you reach out to them not only at the technical level, something more. Something more is your example, your spiritual enrichment has in it a kind of a fragrance. And that fragrance goes into their mind, into their life, and works amazingly. Therefore, teachers must themselves become involved in how to be at the best of sattvic mood, joyous mood, how to be ready to serve God in them. The more you have the understanding, greater will be automatic. It will become your automatic style, simple, without effort to guide them. Next point, there will be always students who will not like you. Towards them, again, that becomes your challenge. But in privacy of your heart, you pray for them. When you can't help them by practical lessons and talks, then you still help them in your prayers, in your meditation. These are outlines, the basic points. On the basis of that, led by your own goodness of heart and your own talent, you deal with them. God guides you. Good-heartedness will bring about many ways of touching people. The teaching should be always joyous, inspiring. Children should not feel they are away from home. Where is mama? Where is papa? Rather, they should feel so joyous. There lies the success of a teacher. Children look forward to getting teaching from a teacher. And they find themselves not alone, but very happy.
So, as a
And a teacher should never despair. Students are in different levels. They are working hard. People in the world are like, the world is a big hospital. Your attitude should not be to condemn any patient or look down upon any patient. Patients that require more compassion, they are the ones that are neglected by society. Okay, go ahead.
So it requires a lot of presence and creativity. So in the process of my own sadhana and my own movement towards samadhi, towards viveka, towards all those three levels of faith and knowing, and if I am inserting myself in between my thoughts, can I have the intention to be guided, to get inspiration from God, to get guidance from God
The answer is yes. The more you practice yoga in a profound way, the more you become integrated. You are closer to God, you are in tune with God. And God is more interested in guiding your children than you are. He will make a puppet out of you. It will become automatic. Godward movement is this. basis for all good actions, for all things you can do in a joyous way. And it goes both ways. Godward movement within you, act of goodness to others. In turn, it allows you to go deeper into your own heart. Share your heart until it is blown away.
Thank you, Swamiji.
Swamiji, I read from Swami Shivananda. He said that, I don't remember exactly to elaborate it, but he speaks about without meditation, there is no way you can reach God's realization. Or at least that's how I understood it. So I was a little bit concerned. Though
Why
most
concern?
of
You are practicing meditation.
I am.
So, and everywhere yoga is taught, meditation is prescribed.
Exactly.
Meditation doesn't mean that you have to be at the highest level. You see, a person does just one little yoga exercise and he is called a yogi. You don't have to become absolutely perfect. But as you become more and more involved, you are preparing yourself. And meditation, you call meditation and words don't mean much. Meditation is a part of life. The moment you begin to think, meditation starts. Even for smallest things, should I pick up the mango or should I not? Which one should I pick up? First started meditation. Second started discrimination. Meditation is a part of life. Now you accentuate it in the sadhana, day by day, knowing certain things are good for you. Then you go on building up more japa, more meditation. Just like when you learn that certain things are nourishing for you, you go on eating it.
Can you speak a little bit more about how you spoke about the mind being the programming of the mind, and in the movement in the 3 levels of faith, the movement of the mind towards the awareness of from Shabda to Vidya, and then to
Vidya to Smriti, memory.
Smriti, right.
And then to Samadhi.
Exactly. That there's a reprogramming that goes on in the mind. Can you speak a little bit more about that?
The process like growing of a tree, you see. The more you are nourishing it, the more it has its branches move on, the leaves go on, the blossoms start developing, and fruits come in. What I'm trying to say that inward structure of your life is like a tree. If you are nourishing the roots, if you are allowing the basic nourishment being given to you by integral yoga, karma, action, how to do it, devotion, meditation, understanding, if you are allowing these to enter, you are nourishing the very roots. You have no choice but to grow. And comes to a state where you blossom. Sometimes you don't understand the importance of blossoming, because everything you attain, you have a mental calculation, whom it is reaching, how many people will hear it. If it was a computer program, how many people have read it? But if you are blossoming, you don't care. It goes unawares, your fragrance touches the heart of many. And that process is not your problem. Your problem is simply, which is not really a problem, simply to move on, enjoy growing, and go on growing until you outgrow all the imagination concepts of growing. Always we have to come back to the figurative language. Seek ye first the kingdom of heaven. And that's what you go on doing every day. Leave the world to be all else. All else will take care of themselves. You put water into the tree and all else gets nourished. The leaf says, I'm happy about it. The bud says, I'm happy about it. The fruit says, I'm happy about it. It's not much of a calculation. How am I doing that? As long as you live your life with a lot of stress and calculation, there's some deficiency in it. That's where comes Saranagati. Come closer to God. Understand all this is being done in a miraculous way, by grace. Yours is to put forth your effort in the right way.
Thank you, Swamiji.
Ashwin, any message for? Come.